he makes me do a call for fire, or a CAS, which he immediately thought that I had no idea what I was gonna do. So like the expecting a failure and allowing me to fail, I knew a little bit more.
Yeah, no, you were good.
Than expected.
The funny
minus the continue and.
I told the story when I.
So we expect you to do a close air sport.
Yeah, which like in his mind, like, oh, how would I know how to do that? The only lucky benefit was like previously I'd been to Squadlers course where they taught me close air support.
That's when I got yelled at.
The sensory overload deprivation.
Yeah, no, but you can tell him. That's fine. You can tell him that story. But
So let's just finish up the cast first, and then you.
But that I got yelled at for making him do that. 2, how that came out is I never said call for air. Now I knew where I wanted to go. How it went down was you called for Q or F.
Right.
What was it? They had flat tires or something?
Yeah, they had flat tires apparently.
Yeah, the trucks were down, and so I wanted to see what he would do. What the hell's he going to do to get casualties out? Or what's he going to do to bring firepower down on a fixed site? So I wanted to see what he'd do there. That's also the time where I remember I put down the radio and laughed at you for a while.
Yeah.
You like that too?
Yeah, that was great.
Limo COC! This is Limo on Mobile.
Yeah.
Talk to me, please.
It was just,
he's saying that, and what did you do?
I just put down the radio.
For how long?
It was like 10 minutes.
Yeah, it was a while.
It was like 5 to 10 minutes.
And like if you've done a Mojave Viper, if you've done a CAX, like that's exactly the method that TTCG uses. Constantly changing the scenario, putting you in different situations, stuff like that, and that's what we instituted in the platoon, and what he instituted on me particularly. Another instance of training was what is it called?
One of the things I found, and this is through my sister because she's a scientist, is we talk at length about this, is what makes combat so difficult and what makes people fail at combat, literally. And I think one of the biggest things is that they are unprepared for sensory overload or sensory deprivation, where things are just too loud, there's too much going on, you can't get a good focus on the right thing, or you focus on the wrong thing, and you just blank out. So one of the things I tried to work on was what I called sensory overload or deprivation.
So I was sleeping in the field in my sleeping bag, probably about 3:03, and all of a sudden there's a hand over my mouth grabbing me from behind, and I hear in my ear, "Motherfucker, you've got 30 seconds to get all your gear on." So I jump out of the rack, throw all my shit on, and I see Lieutenant Mexica, and he's like, "Follow me," and we just start running. And we run probably almost a mile out into the desert, like literally out into the desert. And finally turn around, we're coming back, I'm in full gear, and then he's like, we're running toward a building, and he takes out a Surefire and he starts shining it in my eyes as I'm running. And so like I'm like, trying whatever, and he like puts me at the doorway and he's like, "Go clear this room." So like I go in and I do the mount stuff, and I get out and he's still shining the light in my eyes, and then I run up and there's a radio.
No, that's not first. Fight.
Oh, okay. No, so then he sits me. Drop your gear. I drop my gear. He sets me down. He's like, "Close your eyes and shut your mouth." So I sit there. I'm closing my eyes. Like I know I'm in the middle of the desert. I have no idea what's going on. I'm just sitting there, and then all of a sudden I feel someone sitting at my back, and I still have my eyes closed, and I hear him go, with the rules.
The rules and regulations established by Marine Corps ground fight.
And I flip around, and it's Corporal Yates, another NCO in Lehman Company, and we ground fight for probably 20 minutes. And then they say stop, and we run over, and there's two 119s, and completely disassembled, and we have to assemble them and get a comm check with each other. And then we run up, and he's like, follow me, and we start running again, and he's still shining light in our eyes, and he's like, call for fire right now, call for fire, call for fire, call for fire. And like at this point, like, he just don't know what the fuck's going on, you know. So it was a pretty interesting evening.
Now, what I'll say is that story cannot be told until I'm out of the Marine Corps. Like, that's hazing. Like, according to the Marine Corps, that is hazing. What I say is, that's fucking out of your goddamn mind if that's hazing. That is not hazing. That if you're fucking with someone for no reason, like, I didn't take a bat and shove it up his ass. That happened the next day. But
Well, we did similar
You're
stuff
gonna have to edit
at
the crap out of this
IOC,
tape.
which
No, yeah, and that's where the idea came
we had,
from.
five of the lieutenant students planted as site casualties, and they threw CS. And
Well, I mean, we don't need to go into details what happens, but the IOC, baby, come on, can't talk about that. It's secret. But all that stuff is what I started basing that stuff on, and apparently the thing that I love, the quote I love is, there's no hazing in the officer corps. There's no such, you can't haze the lieutenant. I would beg to differ, but the things I want to hit is dealing with the unknown and sensory overload and all that, and I don't think it's hazing at all. If you're doing it in the barracks, yeah, probably, but if you're doing it in a tactical environment and you're doing it to prepare Marines for combat, and these weren't PFCs, these weren't Lance Corporals, these were the squad leaders, and these guys are going to be making decisions while under fire, and they better get fucking used to not knowing what the hell is going on and still be able to call for fire, talk on the radio, fight an individual, and clear and do all these things and be physically fit and do all these things. That's not fucking hazing. That's training. And anyone who says fucking differently can fuck themselves. That's my opinion. Again.
well, that's a good place to end it.
Yeah.
Thanks very much.
Being interesting in the Marine Corps.